but they don't want the fullness of God because it would change the way that they have to live their life. They just want part of God. How much gas do you put in your vehicle when you're going somewhere? Do you get in your car and say, well, I'm going to work, so I'm just going to put in a gallon of gas. I'm just going to put in enough to get to my job and to get back. Or I'm going to Cedartown and I'm just going to put enough gas in my car to get down to Cedartown and to get back home. Well, do we ever think of the fact that we might have a traffic jam? We've only got enough gas to get there, so if we get delayed along the way, if we have a detour, if we get in a traffic jam, then we're not going to have enough gas to make it back home. Some just want enough of God to get through a crisis. Some just want enough of God to get through the day. Paul says to be filled with the fullness of God, and it will be enough to get you through today and tomorrow and the next day and the next week. You don't have to worry about running out, and it will get you through any crisis that you face in your life. You see, when you're filled with the fullness of God, when the crisis comes, then you're not going to run out. And so this is a prayer to be filled with the fullness of God. Not just enough to get by, but enough to get through every day and every week and every month and every year and every crisis and every situation that comes our way. We don't have to stop and ask God to give us a little more. We got His fullness. And then in verse 20 through verse 21, this is a prayer for abundance. Now unto Him that is able to do exceeding abundantly, a prayer for abundance, abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Unto Him be glory in the church by Christ Jesus throughout all ages, world without end. You see, when we're strengthened by the Spirit, when we are comprehending the love of God, when we're filled to overflowing with the fullness of God, then we get what God can do in abundance. And God is able. God is able. What's God able to do? He's able to change lives. God's able to change circumstances. God's able to do whatever you need Him to do. When He has access and when you have His fullness, He's able to do whatever you need Him to do. And then He says He's able to do more than you ask Him to do. I mean, you need healing tonight, God's able to heal you. You need restoration, God's able to restore you. You need to break those chains of addiction or whatever chains it is that binds you tonight. God is able. So ask Him for those things. Give Him access. Let Him fill you up. And then just ask Him for what you need in your life. And then Paul says not only to do more than we ask, but He's able to do more than we can even imagine. He's able to go past the healing, the restoration, and breaking the chains and equipping you and I for service. He's able to go far beyond those things, even things that we cannot imagine. You ever thought about the greatest need that you have in your life? You ought to just sit down sometimes and just contemplate, what is the greatest need that I have in my life? And when you figure out your greatest need, then dare to trust God. He's able. to do more than we ask, more than we imagine. You figure out your greatest need, lay that before God, and then trust Him. Dare to trust God. Dare to let God have control of your life and see if God won't meet the greatest need that you have in your life. You know, sometimes we get to thinking, well, I need more stuff. Or we get to thinking, I need a different relationship. Or I need better circumstances. We don't need any of those things. We just need Jesus. And when we get Jesus, we will have all that we need for any circumstance, any situation, anything that comes into our life. We will have all that we need. What a prayer for us to learn to pray. For strength, for comprehension, for the fullness of God. And then just believe Him for the abundance that He can give you and I. God is able. And praise His name that He is tonight.